So we're good. So on that note, really appreciate your appearance.
Let it maybe give one like for the startup, like the one piece of advice, since you see so many startups coming through, and like in terms of like what to focus on right now. What are you thinking?
I think staying in the game, just to ride it out, stay in the game, recalibrate, deep breaths. Like, it's so many things are moving and changing and dynamic and moving so quickly that the whole key right now is to just persevere through it and keep in the game through it. And then coming out on the other side, you're going to win. One of my favorite books for entrepreneurship is called The Dip by Seth Godin. Highly recommend The Dip. And basically it talks about the roller coaster and the peaks and valleys, and many entrepreneurs, they love going up the roller coaster and then goes down and then starts to go down, and then they quit somewhere down here, but there's another peak after that and you just got to ride it up.
I don't know, like in the typical roller coaster, that's when you get the high though, when you go down like really fast.
Right. And then they quit somewhere at the bottom. It's going back up and they're so sick and tired and whatever, and then scared of the next one. But just perseverance, just riding it out and staying in the game would be my number one advice. Because the future, and sorry, I know we're running low on time, but I mean, this is just the beginning. Like we started 15 years ago. Like, this is day one still of where health innovation is going. This is not even the beginning of where things are going. I mean, you were talking about Neuralink and beaming stuff up. I mean, that's where we're going. We're going to a whole nother realm, but that's going to take time. So yeah, a lot of progress was made over the last 8 months, decades of progress. But we're going to see that exponential acceleration, and the next 10 years are going to be extraordinary for everyone who's in the game.
Love it.
So I appreciate, I love The Dip. I added it. I've heard about it. And actually just this morning, I listened to one of the later podcasts, Tim Ferriss podcast, right, with Seth Godin on it. And out of the almost 2 hours, that was a long one, the one thing I picked out what he said, and I think this is kind of echoing a little bit Unity. He said, especially to entrepreneurs, what would you do even if you knew that you would fail it? Like, what would drive you, right? And I think that's what separates, people that like, fuck, I really, really want to do this and try it, right? So, wow.
Awesome. That's great. This is great. It ties into Lee Shapiro from last week, right? The digital health superpowers. So we're getting high-end motivational stuff here. So it's great.
This is the time, people.
Well, you guys are awesome. I love the perspective you guys bring. Like I said, you keep it real, you make it fun, and you provide a lot of insights for people. So I'm glad you guys are doing this show.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
And
thanks for having me.
Subscribe button, people. Hit it.
Cool.
Cheers.